Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Mad Tinker Gaming with me, the Mad Tinker. Now, yesterday I did a roster review, and when I went through my roster, I still felt like it was all over the place. And I thought maybe perhaps if I just showed what I have for teams built, maybe talk about how I use them, or even just show you how I use them in a blitz, or maybe even possibly your Ultima 7 rate tonight, my selected teams for that, then you can give me some suggestions. Now I have a couple of teams in here that I have just thrown together because there'll be new stuff coming out soon, and well, you know, they're going to end up changing a little bit, and I have to work them up. But overall, the characters can be worked up. It's just coming across with gold and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm going to go in here to the Blitz because they just opened up a new Blitz. We'll go ahead and hit this Red Star Rampage, and I'll go ahead and I'll show you some of my teams. Now, we'll go ahead and click over here and let you just look over this initial roster here, right? This is my most powerful team currently. I call it Bro Rodders. It consists of Magneto and Juggernaut, Sabretooth, and Mystique, all of which are Brotherhood characters, but then instead of Pyro, I put in Mr. Sinister. Now, I'll typically run this right here in arenas. You know, it's a really good build in arena. I also have a version that's just a couple down here, if you see it right here, an Ultron style build. This is one of my Ultron teams, and I use it in arena a lot as well. This is more kind of a defensive, because Minerva does let me revive somebody and bring stuff back, but Mr. Sinister I found is a super game changer. So maybe I'll figure out a different way to do this. But him with Mystique pairing off of Magneto, Sabretooth getting all of his free assist attacks off of both of these little basic stuffs. The Juggernaut, when he does his taunt, Sabretooth gets an extra attack. I mean, it's ridiculous how much all of this stuff builds up. But these are probably my strongest right now. Then I have my basic BKT team, which I've used for forever. It's great for Ultima 6. It's my second most powerful. I've built it up for forever. It's just my walkthrough team for U6. I have a Kree team down here, which I've used for a lot for just war builds, because sometimes you get to the point where, hey, I'm not going to use BKT. It's already put away. It's in my defensive mode, so half of this doesn't get used, and I just take out Minerva in this and add in the other two Kree that are still available to me, the tank and the other healer there, the Oracle. This is my saved up defenders, which once I get them all pretty well leveled out, I'll probably end up having to swap him out for, like I said, Symbiote Spider-Man to be able to run in and do DD3. This is my saved Asgardians, which everybody should have that. Here is my currently saved X-Men. Now, when I go in, I always take Psylocke out and put in my new Cyclops now. He's like a 40-something thousand power level, so this is a really good team right here. Power armor, of course, which once Ironheart gets, my vision gets to come out of it. Probably not right away. I'll have to power her up, but once she gets powered up, she'll go in here. I still need to work on my rescue to get her around the 30k range, so it'll be a more balanced team, but that's what I run right now. This is my Brawlers build. I've loved this Brawlers build, where I'm currently trying to get Chavez's stars up, and then I'll focus on her gear. It's probably backwards. I know a lot of people do gear first because of that, and it boosts stats really quickly while you're not working on the stars, but I don't use this for anything else other than, you know, the occasional blitz. It's not a mainline team, and I can go with this team and hit probably a 30k punch up easy. So I can still target a, you know, 200,000 team. Now, when I do this in war, I can't use the Thing because he's in my Fantastic Four, but I will put in Deadpool since he doesn't have a home right now, or I can put in Gamora, and it does the same thing. Spider-Verse, of course, a basic Spider-Verse. Green Goblin is my placeholder right now until I get the Symbiote Spider-Man worked up, and then this will be the full Spider-Verse build. I don't have them very strong right now. I know that's my fault. It's something that This is one that was iffy for me. I wanted to build them up really quick because I thought they would be the better city team to go into Dark Dimensions 3. But from all the lists I've seen, people are just running Defenders without Daredevil and putting Symbiote Spider-Man in his place, and it's doing fine in there. So that will probably be the direction I have to go, because my Defenders, even though I don't like them super much, they were still better built up than my Spider-Verse team. Here's my Shield team. It's actually a little stronger than this, so I just moved it up. This is just my basic Shield team for attacks in Blitz. I don't use Coulson in here. If people feel Coulson is a better matchup in this, please let me know. But for all intents and purposes, this right here seems to do just fine in basic blitzing. My Fantastic Four, of course, for blitzing. Supernatural, it's just basic builds. Of course, you've got AIM, Wakandans, Sinister Six. Right here is the two builds that I've just kind of thrown together. This is going to be, of course, Inhumans. These are not strong enough to currently do the Red Star, so I won't be running these two teams. Well, this one's strong enough to do it, but it's not a very strong team. This is the Hydra I have currently. The Grenadier here, of course, will be dropping out so that I can put in Red Skull, because the Grenadier, in my opinion, is the weaker of the five guys. And with him, plus these four minion characters, he's going to have 100% resistance, and I currently have the capability to take these guys up. I'll show you that in a minute when I go back over to my roster, and I'll just pull up Hydra. Now, these bottom two teams, these are what I use when I go into U7. This is Hella Vision, the Vision team up with Hella. He puts a disrupt and stuff on him. She puts disrupts. He puts ability blocks. She spreads all this stuff over everybody. And then these guys right here, Scientist Supreme and Minerva, just keep Ultron up and pounding down people. Or one that's been called Ultron's Angels. It's something I've seen. This is for more like of a boss one, because apparently the Invisible Woman keeps the longevity of the team up, while Captain Marvel does a whole lot of damage. This is still weaker, in my opinion, than this team right now, just because I don't have the Invisible Woman and my Captain Marvel built up. And once I get Black Bolt, this team will probably not even be an afterthought. I think people are running like Yo-Yo, Black Bolt, Hella, maybe Scientist Supreme in there, and Minerva, and they're messing people up. I mean, it's ridiculous. I'll have to check more into somebody called it the Yo Hobo team a while back. And I'll follow through on that and find out what the best actual build is for that, and let some people know here later. But this right here is what I have saved. These are my two U7 teams. I do use BKT on the first couple of nodes, because it helps save a little bit of heals. But for right now, I'm going to go in here. I will show you the Hydra characters I have actually in my roster, and the ease of them to be able to be pumped up. I mean, you've got, look, they're already dropping these offers to upgrade all the Hydra guys, you know. Right now, this guy's at 480 out of 200 for the Hydra Scientist. So for $9.99, I can definitely get him all the way up to 7 stars. So let me take a look right here, and I'll show you what we've got. I'll just slide down here to Hydra. Boom. There we go. Okay, my Crossbones is at 7 stars. Winter Soldier's at 6 stars, over halfway to 7 stars. My Hydra Rifle Trooper is at 5 stars, but I can take him all the way up to 7. My Hydra Scientist is at 5 stars. I can take him almost up to level 7 for $9. I can do it, or I can just farm him, which I think I'll farm him and save the $10. My Grenadier, which I don't want to use, I could upgrade him to 6 stars. My Armored Guard I can put up to 5 stars currently. This one's the one that is the weakest in my opinion. My Hydra Sniper, I mean, currently I may go with the Grenadier over the Sniper just because of the higher star count, or I might put in somebody like Crossbones, but I really want to get the full effect from having the minions. So definitely the Rifle Trooper, the Scientist, the Armored Guard, and I believe the Sniper is going to be the better one. But all these guys are like level 1s to level 20s. I've not ever sunk anything into them until now. Now is the time to do it, but Gold's tight. I'm still trying to get DD3 going. I will try to situate these guys up here very soon and put them in as a war defense and let you know how it goes. There is an offer for Red Skull up. I've got about 2 days, close to 3 days, to decide whether I really want to purchase it or not, whether I can afford it or not. I mean, I might try to figure out how to do that. If I had spare money, I would, for sure. Red Skull is a definitive buy if you're wanting a solid war defense. It's going to probably be up there right with the Asgardians in war. I mean, Asgardians, once you get this team built up, if you have Red Skull, you're looking at Asgardians, Hydra, and in my opinion, one of the other really good ones to throw in there is Shield, of course. I mean, those are the top three. I've got to say Shield is the lower of them all. And then I'm not sure how Hydra will work out yet. I haven't seen it played. I mean, I watched some video footage, but I mean, it wasn't in like a war setting, I don't believe. So I think Hydra may even be able to overtake Asgardians if you're reading the Red Skull's build correctly. I mean, I'll go over it right here while I've got him. This one is attack a primary target for piercing, apply defense down. On war defense, you get to apply a taunt to somebody. So you can pretty much hit somebody and stick a taunt on them. And as you go down, it's going to add extra damage and chances to chain to adjacent targets. And down here, once you get to level 7, you're going to have a whole lot of damage, piercing to primary and secondary targets, and it's always going to chain to adjacent targets. So, I mean, that's really well worth it for a basic attack. I don't know if it's going to be worth going all the way to 7 on it, but we'll see. The Elite Guard starts out summoning 2 Hydra minions at 100% normal damage, 100% normal health. You fill the speed bar of itself and all allies by 15%. So, I mean, as you get down through here, that's extra damage, extra speed bar. On war defense, they get to generate 1 ability energy for himself. So he's going to give himself an extra energy at level 3. Get extra minions, 2 to 3 minions at level 4. And at level 5, you're going to generate 2 extra ability energy for yourself. I mean, this is just, he's going to keep feeding himself once he uses this. It's like, here's 2 extra minions or 3 extra minions, and I get some extra energy on top of it. Extra damage from them, extra speed bar. On level 7, you're going to summon 3 Hydra minions for sure. So this is one, it's going to be like Nick Fury. This is one of them that you will probably want to take to level 7, and you're going to want to sink that into it, so it'll be, you're getting the max benefit of having Hydra minions out. Now, the summon minions don't count for his defense, but we'll get into that here in a minute. The Storm Assault. This is where all of them get to attack at once. Apply offense up to 1 random ally or self. Attack primary target for 150% damage. Gain an assist at 50% damage from 1 to 2 Hydra allies. Okay, so this is at level 2 is going to apply offense up to 2 random allies. Extra damage. Gain an assist from 2 to 3 Hydra allies. Apply offense up to 2 to 3 random allies or self. 40% damage. Gain an assist from 3 Hydra allies. Gain an assist from 3 to 5 Hydra allies. Gain an assist from 5 Hydra allies. So if you're out there and you've got 4 Hydra allies still on the board plus your summons, 5 of them are going to attack with you. So all of them are gonna, all your allies are gonna get buffed up really quick. You're gonna have a whole lot of extra damage, and all of them are gonna swing in. So this is like a massive AOE attack on a character. It's gonna be ridiculous. It will probably wipe out whatever it hits, is my estimation. It's going to be just a massive onslaught. This is one that I am definitely viewing as, at level 6, I will have to see what the percentage chance is here for 3 to 5. I mean, you're guaranteeing at least 3 extra guys attacking up to 5. You might be able to get away with stopping at 6, but I mean, if you want that for sure factor, taking this up to level 7 might be one that's worth the T4s. And Hail Hydra. This is the one that everybody's crazy on. On spawn, if your health is full, this character has 1 or more Hydra minion allies, and no charges, you're going to get 8 charges. On non-summoned Hydra minion ally death, if charged, revive that ally at 30% of max health, apply 1 death proof, and lose 1 charged. Now, I'm assuming that there won't be a glitch to this, and as soon as he revives somebody, that counts as a summoned Hydra minion, and you won't be like, oh, he's at 30%, they kill him again, he just gets brought back again. If that is the case, if there is kind of a glitch like that, which would be marvelous because that would make him like absolutely unkillable. And then if you have him, you win. If you don't have him, you lose. But I'm hoping that they don't have those kind of glitches. I mean, the programming, I'm hoping, is good enough to do that. So, I mean, he's going to keep getting us back and apply 1 death proof and lose 1 charge. So anyway, in essence, you go in with 4 Hydra minions, he's 100% unkillable. You know, he's not going to take his damage. He's going to sit there and, you know, not be damaged. Anytime one of them dies, you're going to bring them right back. And as you go through here, revive dead Hydra minions with 40% max health, apply 2 death proof on revive for Hydra minion allies, speed, extra damage, revive dead Hydra minions with 50% max health. At level 5, extra speed, extra damage. This is one that I believe you could probably stop at 4 because you're just wanting to revive. But in a game that's turn-based, and specifically with this kind of stuff, most passives, if you go ahead and take them to 5, it's a safe bet. This one is one that you could probably stop at 4 because you just want him predominantly. You're going to keep reviving them, bringing them back, wanting them to have more health. Taking this to level 5 is going to be great. But I mean, you're not getting any extra death proof. You're just going to get some extra speed and extra damage, which is one of those where, in the end, if I have spare T4s, this will probably be where it'll go. So, for his review, I believe Storm Assault definitely needs to go out of the ones up here. Storm Assault and Hell Hydra and Elite Guard are the ones that I would consider T4s. I'm not so sure about the Hydra 99 pistol. Elite Guard definitely take all the way up to 7. Hell Hydra, with getting all the extra damage, this is the second one that I would put up there to level 5. And then if you get spare, the Stormed Assault's where you want to go. You can probably stop it at 6. It'll be enough damage. But if you get extra, this is one that I would sink it into. But getting Red Skull, like I said, right now, the offer is $50 for, I believe, 55 shards. $50 for 55 shards. And it's kind of crazy. So, anyway. Yeah, $50, 55 shards, but you do get 8 orbs to open as well. I think he's a 100 shard open, so those 8 orbs will hopefully get you to where you need to go. It will get you an opening of him. It will be the weakest one possible, but it will be open. Now, that being said, I'm going to go in here and we're going to blitz just a little bit before I go and start my U7 runs tonight. I'm going to start at the top, and we're going to try to get as much of this done as we can. I'm going to try to get through as quickly as I can and get as many of the tiers done with as little delay as possible, so I can go ahead and read some red stars. I'll open them up at the end of it, and we'll see what we got. Sound good? Hope so. Now, that being said, you've seen my teams. If there's anything in there or some teams that you all know of that you think maybe I could add into or check out, by all means, put them down in the comments below. I'm going to speed this process up here. Let's go ahead and get rid of Punisher. I just don't like his AoE. And then we're going to take out the Shield Medic. I always firmly believe if they can't heal or revive, it definitely hinders them quite a bit. I'm going to go ahead and clone Rhino. Give me an extra tank, and then use him to go ahead and off her. And now we should be doing pretty good. Put taunt buttons. Blinds. I'm just going to use basics so that I can build up the energies for the other stuff later. Now I can keep using this team and just rank them up quickly. Now, the best tactics we have when we do this, and this is what we typically do, is I just change the team out. That way you're not expending any energy, okay? And I can just run down my roster. That's the best way to do it. And I typically start at the high end of my roster and work my way down until you get to like level 5s or 6 or 7s when you really need solid teams to continue on. And at that point is when I'll make the decision whether I want to go ahead and invest 25s and 50s or whatever. I'll just go ahead and blind some people here. A good Spider-Man blind's nice, make you miss everything. Put some bleeds up, not that it really matters. Take out the shield, medic. And then just burn through this with Rocket Raccoon. Oh wow, they actually survived. I guess the defense ups. And maybe slight dodge capability. That's not normal. I guess that's what happens when you get up to these higher teams. Most of the time my Rocket Raccoon just mows through them all. But Spider-Man is a bit of a hassle. He does dodge a lot. Besides, I wanted to get in here and do some of this Red Stars because at 25k per level, I mean, it's a quick rack up of it, you know, several 100,000 in gold, which I'm definitely short on gold. So now I'll go ahead and show you this team. It's only going to cost me a little bit here. This is my Ultron build team. So for 15 points, it's worth it for you guys to see it. Plus, this is a quick Red Star Blitz. Might as well knock this out as fast as I can. I typically do this because it's only a day long anyway. You've got 24 hours. I don't typically run through this as much. I'm not a huge blitzer. But what I will try to do is get through here and just get through all of the tiers in it so that I don't have to worry about it too much. That gives me the gold. It gives me the free red stars that you get out of it. I won't ever blitz enough to be in the top 1,000, so I won't ever get any massive amount of red stars out of it, so it's not really worth it for me to make that kind of an attempt. In this case, I targeted Groot before her. I know she can regenerate, but when she revives something, it's pretty low health, and most of my guys can smack it down. I just don't like things coming back, but I also don't like Groot giving death proof to everything either. Plus his cleansing does make issues and effects, and you know, I don't like that. Let's see where we're at here. Alright, we're going to continue on. What's the maximum rewards here? 400,000 is the goal. Alright, 400,000 is the goal. So I'll show you my Kree team for the 10 cost. So roughly I've spent, what, 25 to show you 2 extra teams. It's not a big deal. Now I've seen some people on here just spend like hundreds of cores and all this stuff. I wish I could just sit around and have that kind of stuff. I guess management is good. I'm just not a very good manager of, I don't know what you want to call it. Resources, I guess. I don't manage them very well at all. Gold in particular. Or maybe I do manage it well. It's just I'm sinking them into other things right now, and I don't have them for this. So it's tight. Gold is the biggest crunch, I think, in the game. One of my friends asked me the other day, he's like, you know, it doesn't make sense if you have to involve all that time and investment into trying to get shards up, and you're paying to buy shards, or you're having to run all this stuff to buy shards, why then do you still have to sink gold into leveling it up instead of being able to spend that gold on gear, things like that? And I couldn't really come up with a good answer, other than it's like it creates a double crunch on your characters. You know what I'm saying? Not only do you have to get the stars, but then you have to get the gold for that, and then you have to get the gold for the gear, and you have to. So gold is a double tie-up. I mean, really, gold is the double tie-up in the game. You have to have it to get your star value up. You have to have it to get your gear value up. It's just, hell, you even have to have it to get your ability value up. So, I mean, you have to have gold for everything. And it's just, it makes it very difficult to advance. The gold crunch is real, but most games have a crunch to it somewhere, something that you're going to catch and not be able to just bounce over very quickly. And it's, I don't know, I just think Marvel Strike Force has the gold limited in its expanse. It's the game is still, when you look at some of the basic things you're getting, like when you clear a node you get 5,000 gold for this. Well, when we're talking about you need millions of gold now, I'm not sure if it needs to just give out extra gold or free gold, but I mean, revamp your rewards is what I would probably suggest. When you're looking at going into doing like a campaign mission, and you're sitting there and you're fighting with it, and all of a sudden, hey, guess what? It's just, I cleared this, I get 5,000 gold. I kill a raid in U6, I get 5,000 gold. Shouldn't those be a little bit more, considering you're in U6 or you're running a Greek raid? 5,000 gold's nothing. I mean, that literally is nothing in this game. When you're talking, you need millions to advance. So I truly believe that if they would just revisit the rewards that they have, they can make the game a whole lot better. 25K for a level, that was big gold back in the day, but shouldn't this be like maybe 50K, 100K? I mean, you're getting 8 or 9 milestones, or 10 milestones, whatever it is. Milestone 7 is 200,000, milestone 8, so 8 milestones at 25K, that's 200,000. Well, if you did 100,000 each, that's 800,000. That's still not even taking a character halfway between level 70 and 75. Or 50,000 each. You're, instead of going for 8 of these, 400,000. That's still 2 or 3 of these a week, topping out max milestones to get a character halfway. That's a couple of weeks of running of these that would actually seem more beneficial to me. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but I think they're hung up on what they already had in place and they haven't adjusted it. Okay, I got 2 more levels to go. Let's see what we can do here. And then we'll collect all our rewards and open them up. I just like showing you some of these extra teams here. I mean, most of you already know all these. Here's my Asgardians. We'll drop that in here. Now the pairings are starting to get a little closer. When I start out, I always do big and then work my way down. And then once they start to get paired up closer, then I might consider dropping down to my lower teams and just working them up. You don't get as many extra points that way for your initial run, but it works. Now I'm going to target Falcon because for some odd reason, out of all the characters in the game, he gives me some of the worst problems because of his speed meter boosts. So I really like to try and take him out as quickly as possible, and then I'll deal with people like Shuri and Thanos here. Once the speed meter is taken care of, most times you can get an advantage. The biggest point to all of it is that speed in a turn-based game is the key. The faster your team is, the faster your team goes, the better off you are. I mean, it's basic fact. We'll go ahead and, yeah, let's take out the Scarlet Witch. I don't want redistributing life around. Well, we didn't get to take her out because a little taunt came up on Thanos here. Here we go, guys. This will be pretty good. Thanos is one of those rough tanks. I mean, he's so solid, but he's lost favor because he's just been running BKT and he hasn't had his own stuff for a while. I'm really looking forward to this Gauntlet upgrade. I don't know what it's going to spell for him, but it's going to give him just a completely different set of abilities when you have him teamed up with them. I am not 100% for sure. I like the abilities he has now, so I mean, maybe if it just gives him like one extra ability or something that's just insane, it might be good. But I don't know. I'll have to see what happens because it's going to bring a whole new set of factors to him. And I like him the way he is. I think Thanos was designed very well for a tank. I think him being able to self-heal when he does an AoE was a wonderful deal. I don't know what's going to come of it. I look forward to seeing his kit so that I can make a decision. Somebody's already trying to just piecemeal something here together. I don't know what this team is that I'm going up against. It doesn't look like a solidly built team for this, but hey, points are points. So you get to see my X-Men. I forgot to take Psylocke out and run my Cyclops, but we'll go ahead and start targeting these guys and just drop them down quickly. I may go back in if the point value is worth it and drop Psylocke in and let you see my Cyclops do his run. I really don't want to blow up my Phoenix for this team. Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll do this. I'll just I'll come in here to battle. Oh wait, that was the wrong button to hit. I think this is going to take me straight to the battle. For some odd reason, I was thinking it would take me to the team page where I could swap her out. So I guess I'll do this an extra time for you on top of this. Go ahead and take out Nobu. Take out the Sentry. If it's going to be a prolonged fight, I'll typically try to hit the Sentry first because I don't mind having the extra guys on there. They're typically weak. But for this one, I'm not too concerned about it. My Phoenix can pretty much level all these guys anyway. The X-Men are just so good. It doesn't really matter. I mean, anybody who builds an X-Men team, it doesn't matter which ones you have in here. It's so good. X-Men is just X-Men. And I need to really build up my X-Men team, but I haven't yet. I mean, mine are only at 220K, and they're already just phenomenal. Slide down here and we'll find my Cyclops. There he is. Ta-da! Alright, I'll run it once with Cyclops. I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying to get through here. We're going to try to get to that 400K mark. And then I can open up all those red stars and probably not get anything but a couple of 2-star guys at best because my luck is absolutely horrid with red stars. But hey, if I do get lucky and get to open up something amazing for you all, then that's great too. Now see, this is good. I like this kind of stuff because you're going to have cool things like Hella in here. I'm going to try to take her out first because even though I know Thor does tons of damage, Hela is just amazingly evil. Then I'll focus down Thor. And now this is going to be just cakewalk. If they had Loki in here, sometimes I'll go for Loki with a big hit if I get a chance to off the first attack. But I still believe Hela is the key point in it all. If you take out Hela, it's game over for most of the Asgardian teams. Hela and Thor are the prime targets. Getting around Sif is the trick. I think Cyclops helps do that quite a bit. Alright, so we only got one milestone to go. We're going to go back up to the top, and because I'm doing this video for you guys, we are going to sink some stuff in here, and we're going to make these big teams work. How about that? Well, see, is anybody else? I will show you this one. This is one of my favorite teams right here. For some odd reason, I just love this team build. Once I get Chavez up there in that 30K range, like everybody in here, this team should just be a monster. Huge punch-up potential. I think this is one of the best brawler builds that I've seen. I only really use this in stuff like blitzes, because normally if you're in war, you already have Thing broken up. But I'm going to go ahead and because of this, I know he's going to taunt, and I'll be able to target him directly anyway. I'm going to try to take out Groot quickly. Boom, one hit down, little AoE on everybody from her. We'll go ahead and take out Spider-Man and probably get a couple extra hits in on somebody else. Now Chavez is special on Wolverine. See, she's weak, and she already took him down to half health. I mean, she is not super strong. And that's it. I don't believe they even hardly got to attack at all. This team is just, it's amazing on the synergy, on how it flows. It gets me quite a bit of points. So we're looking at 150,000 points, what we need. So back up to the top, and we're going to start pushing this again. All right, let's go here. All right, boom. Here we go. This right here is going to be about a third of what we need. So I might do a couple of just this team right here and see where we get. I might go through my top 3 roster here again and see where we hit. This and a BKT, and I'll pick something else at random. So with this right here, I'm going to put this on the right guard so he doesn't get to taunt. Then I'm going to target the lieutenant over here so he doesn't get to put his speed up and attack up bonuses. Target Bullseye here. I am going to clone Bullseye because he's the best attacker they probably got on that team. I'll just use him against them. Get my taunt up, blind everybody, which will take most of the effects out of all these guys. And then I'm just going to start mowing through people. Like I said, this does absolutely... This team is just amazing in my opinion. It's one of the best builds I've seen. I love it to death. I very rarely lose life. It's good for raids. I think that this build right here has made this an actual raid-worthy team. It's sustainable. Mr. Sinister made this team sustainable. That was what I was looking for, because before in Brotherhood, oh yeah, they could dish out tons of damage in a raid. They could clear a node or 2 or 3, no problems, but they had no sustainability. They could not continue to progress through a raid. So that's why I did this. But anyway, this is my quick shot at blitzing. So if y'all are watching this, you're getting to see how I blitz. And I mean, I can go hard on a blitz if I want to, but for me, hard is like maybe 4 or 5 million. I normally don't have the time to invest in it. Let's go ahead and take out Deadpool. I know that he's not the worst out of this group, but I don't like the fact that once Juggernaut's taunt goes up, he just gets to ignore it. And he is probably one of the bigger damage dealers they have. I'll go ahead and I'll put a crossbones up here too. That way I can do an explosion at my own whim. And see, right now with Sinister out here, when you do something like your taunt push on Juggernaut, Sabretooth gets a free attack. I mean, it's amazing. When you do her, I'm going to change over here. I think he gets potential free attacks. It's absolutely amazing the amount of damage that you get out of Sabretooth being paired with Mr. Sinister. This right here is going to probably get a free attack as well. Oh, no, it didn't. It didn't pull a free attack that time. Not that I really need it. Alright, let's see. We're close. We are so close. Let's go over here. I'll change the team out at least one more time. I'll do my BKT. I really love my BKT. Yeah, that'll be good on this one. I'm trying to find something that will be at least a challenge. I'm going to do this Commander Chris, and we'll see what happens. He seemed like he was the highest out of them. At least some decent characters in there. The other ones, people are just trying to throw together their Hydra guys in here. It looks like, oh, I've got Hydra now. Let's smash them up in here and see what we can do. Without the Red Skull, it's not going to be very, very good, I don't feel. Now, I will not blind, because blind just gets cleared off by Rhino just yet, so it's not really worth it. Put some bleeds on everybody. Go ahead and kill Deadpool off. Now let's go ahead and put Death Proof on everybody in the defense up while I'm at it. And voila. Will this get us there? Yes, it did. There we go. So now we have all of the tiers completed in the Red Star. It took me less than 30 minutes. That's how I do that. And we're going to go right over here. We're going to claim all these. And I will open these Red Star orbs for you guys. You can see me not get anything good. Boom. Orbs. We have 3. Let's see what we get, guys. Let's see what we get. Oh, green. 2-star. Yay! Alright. Oh, blue. Okay. 3-star Ronin. Some extra credits. Purple. 4-star Wasp. Okay, that's an upgrade. That's good. Alright, so I did get an upgrade out of it. Nothing great. No 6 stars, no 7 stars, no gold popped up. But hey, anyway. But that's my roster as far as team composition. God, I don't think I even said that correctly. But that was my team listings, my save team review there. You can evaluate those if you want to at the early part of the video. If you see anything in there that you think maybe I should go ahead and try to upgrade quickly or throw in or work on, let me know. If there's teams that you know that have specific kind of builds or some T4s that I need to focus on, I'm always interested in writing that kind of stuff down. I mean, I do review other guys' work here on YouTube and see what they have in there for T4 abilities and mats as well. Sometimes I just go out on a limb and make my own decisions too, which is sometimes bad, sometimes good. But if you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up over here. Let me know that you're liking them or enjoying them. Click the subscribe button. I always need new subscribers. Lets me know that people are watching and paying attention, seeing stuff that's out there. Get the little bell icon over there. When you click that bell icon, it notifies you when I do a new update, a new upload. And, you know, best way you can help me, guys, right now, since I'm not trying to do Patreon or any of that or do money yet. I mean, I don't have any followers like that. My wife says you should go ahead and set one up. But I'll probably do that later. I just want to do this for fun right now. I don't want to invest too much time into it, and that feels like I'm trying to make it into a job instead of fun, and that's not what I want. I want this to be fun. I want y'all to enjoy it. I want y'all to come in and watch. But please, the best way you can help me right now is to share these videos with your friends, have them watch it, have them subscribe. Spread the love. Spread the love. That's all I'm asking for. But please, give me the thumbs up, click the subscribe button, click the notification icon, and I hope y'all have a good day. I hope y'all learned some stuff here and can give me some good feedback. For those of you who are having problems blitzing or just starting blitzing, maybe that will give you a good clue. I know my roster is really high end. When I went through the blitz, a lot of you might not have teams that high yet, but if you try that tactic, you will probably build up quicker doing it that way. Like I said, this probably took maybe 30 to 40 minutes, and I've already finished out all of the Red Star attacks with maybe half of my roster. So, thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you all later. Bye.